Up to date there on the BBC website or the BBC News app. Let's return to those election results there in the US, New York in particular. Let's speak to Susan Platt, a political advisor and the former Senate Chief of Staff to Joe Biden. And thank you. And it's great to have you here on the programme. It was a great night for the Democrats right across the country. What did that tell you, those results?
Thank you for having me. It was a great night, and it's a great morning for the big blue sky in Virginia. I think what it tells us is people are so worried. They want stability over chaos. They want fairness over retribution and cruelty. They want economic affordability over White House ballrooms and tax credits for the very rich. They want safe communities versus mass men taking women and children off the streets. And more importantly, they want us all to work together. We deserve better. You know, there's something that's going on clearly in this country, even before yesterday, when right-wing, big MAGA Trump supporter, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene from Georgia says, it's time we stop. It's time we work to help the American people. And I think that's the big message from yesterday. It's about affordability. It's about working together and making this country come together more conclusively to help all.
On that point of working together, in New York, Andrew Cuomo stood against Mamdani. Chuck Schumer didn't endorse him. Is AOC right when she says that the old guard have to get behind the future of the next generation or simply get out of the way?
Well, I think we do have a generational change occurring right now. I think it'll be very curious to see what Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi says about whether she'll run for re-election. And it is change. Every now and again, we have this change. We haven't seen margins like this for a Democratic election for governor in Virginia since 1969. The margin is, I think, 15%, and the first of 74 governors to be a woman now. But, you know, it was more importantly than just by the state. It was broader than that. Virginia has 95 counties, and every single one of those counties increased Democratic performance by at least 5 points.
Yes.
That's a solid message to send to the country.
But of course, everyone is looking at these elections, trying to see if there's a template to take on Donald Trump. Going back to New York and Mamdani, as I say, he wasn't universally endorsed by the Democrat Party. There are those who question whether his template would work in, say, right-leaning swing states. Where are you on that? Is this the way to take on Donald Trump or not necessarily?
I think his template is the same as Governor-elect Abigail Spanberger and the same as Governor-elect Mikey Sherrill in New Jersey. It's affordability. It's affordability, understanding, and coming together to solve problems. There may be new ways to solve problems. I don't know that everybody agrees on what those problems are and how to solve them, but we're going to work at it. And I think that's what we need. The country wants us all to pull together. They showed by big margins. And just like Governor Newsom said yesterday, it's not time to agonize, it's time to organize. And that's what Mamdani did, and that's what New Jersey and Virginia and California did.
Really, really brief answer, 30 seconds if you could, because the same forces that repelled Donald Trump into the White House, the economy, how people felt, have worked against him in this set of elections. If he fixes that, one of those big drivers does go away, doesn't it, potentially?
Well, I think that potentially, yes. But, you know, when you have these tariffs that are hurting the economy, when you have a Congress that's not working, which is controlled by the Republicans, the United States House of Representatives has not been in session for over a month. That's not working for the American people, and the people are taking notice.
Susan Platt, great to have you on the programme. Thanks so much for being with us.